Today was one of those days that just sometimes sucks. So everything needed cultivated from all the rain. So it's probably like 6 or 7 inches last week. That's a ridiculous amount. You can see this coloration of the foliage is like yellowish and purplish. And while it looks okay, it's actually starting to rot on the outside of the carrot. And it has this like poop kind of smell to it, I guess. Yeah, that sucks. That's never really happened. I've lost a few, but not an entire bed. But it was consistently wet for the entire week. And then like everything was okay Friday, and then when we were at the markets Saturday, there was a downpour here, and then another one Saturday evening, like dinner time, and then we had a storm last night. Those are like at least half-inch rain events each time too. This the challenge of growing down in North Carolina or the Southeast. That's just how it goes. I guess the chickens will like eating it, or I'm gonna leave it and see how it responds and just learn from it. That's the reality of most of this stuff though. Like a lot of it's kind of just like stuff fails and you learn and then just do the work to fix it. Or, you know, this is how we make a living, so like if we gotta do something, we gotta do something. It's just the way it is. These onions are bulbing up real nice now. I spent a ton of time hand weeding them. That's half the embarrassing amount of weeds that were in there because I kind of neglected it for a while, but just so busy, there's a lot of work to do. So we had Johnson grass and crabgrass that just exploded with the rain last week. So that's what we spent all day doing, is cultivating and hand pulling weeds. And then I mowed the grass because I can't get behind on that. It's like the dumbest activity ever. On the good side though, we got tomatoes coming on real nice here. These guys back here. This carrot bed here too is likely toast, or at least half of it. That sucks. We sell like 120 bunches of carrots every week, and yeah, that's 2 beds that I was totally planning on harvesting from and having those and having enough to offer up for restaurants too and sell carrots wholesale as well, but doesn't look like that's gonna happen now. Alright, lots of bed prep this morning, and we got help from Janie, Leela, and Sandy on some other things. So what I've been doing all morning is just hauling compost, prepping beds, getting amendments down, and then seeding them because it's supposed to rain again this afternoon. Alright, so I'm prepping this for squash, and last year it was sweet potatoes. And then we had cover cropped it and tarped it and then put in spinach, and it was doing really well, like a late spring spinach. And then the last rain event we had drowned all of it, so squash should be fine there, and it has this whole edge to grow into. So that's what we're gonna do. It's going to be fried squash with the honey hog. Just that gooey. It stinks too, like, well, it stinks literally and figuratively. I think it was just the everyday rain and the fact that it might have been warmer outside maybe had something to do with it, but the soil's warmer, so I don't know. Lesson learned. Get more tunnels. I'm gonna get these beds that were garlic prepped and ready, compost down, and then we're gonna put a tunnel over these 4 beds. I'm gonna come through with the wheel hoe, the stirrup hoe, the rake, rake out as much grass as I can, and then put the flame weeder on it, try and burn up roots and stuff like that so it doesn't reroot, and then compost amendments. And hopefully we needed a couple more things for the tunnel, so hopefully they'll be here today, and then tomorrow we can set that thing up. Okay, this might be kind of hard to see, but this is a clover plant, and on the roots you have these little nodules. These are things that fix nitrogen. There's a bacteria, I think it's called rhizobia, so rhizobial bacteria, that works with this nodule, and if it is actively fixing nitrogen, it will be pink on the inside. And that, it's probably really hard to see, that one is pink, so that bacteria is present. And a lot of times when you order clover seed for cover crop or something like that, they'll inoculate it. That's a pinkish too, so that's cool. So although it was a weed, you can't really have clover in the bed of baby carrots, it'll take over, but it's cool, thought I'd share it. We got the last wheelbarrow of compost down, and it started downpouring. And the memory card was full, so sorry I couldn't record that. Sharpen up these beds that we seeded yesterday.
So we have Mike and Sarah here visiting today, helping us out. Tell us what you guys are doing.
Well, we're trying to get into organic farming, and in this area we found an incubator farm program. We're really inspired by you guys, Tori and Casey, and what you guys are doing here. So we found you guys at the farmers market here in Hickory, and synced up to have a volunteer day. So I'm excited to learn from you guys, and
learning about the different types of soil. We're not familiar with the different clay and sand content here, but you guys have done an amazing job, and can't wait to help out.
It's beautiful here.
You're ready to throttle up and start moving. Turn the throttle up more. Yeah.
All right, so I'm Bruno. I'm with 319 Farm and Outdoors. We live right down the road, probably about 4.5 miles away from Honey Tree Farm here, where Casey and Tori are doing their market garden. My family's heavily involved. Surprisingly, my youngest is now involved a little bit more, but my oldest ones, and this one right here, really enjoy doing this stuff. You know, they like being in the woods, they like being out in nature, and they like learning about how just what works best with just with nature in general, you know. And but we're here, you know. I saw him post on Instagram that his carrots, we got over 6 inches of rain over the last week, and it rotted out some carrots, and I was like, hey, you know, we'll take them and give them to our pigs. You know, our pigs will love this. The tops are edible. You know, the rabbits can eat some of the good ones, and the chickens can eat some of the tops, and then the pigs will basically eat everything else. You know, they're pigs. That's why they're called pigs. But so yeah, that's what we're here doing, man. And we appreciate you guys, you know, welcoming us, man. I know
it's awesome to. I was so bummed about that bed. I was just gonna mow it, put compost over it, and plant some greens. But this is good because it can go to the pigs.
Yeah, and it'll turn into protein.
Yeah. Check out this van.
This is our 2018 Ford Transit that we built out as a camper van. And started in January, I guess. Took us like 4 months. I guess it's not completely done, you know, little details here and there, but
Yeah, it's still cool though.
it's fully functional for us. Kind of kept the low profile, no extra windows or anything, because like
Yeah.
looks a little more stealth, I guess. Yeah, so you can walk all the way through. Kind of like bench that folds down as a Murphy. So this is our Murphy bed, and trying to find where everything goes right now. So this is our pillow spot. But up here we have the unfinished bathtub shower
Whoa.
setup that's gonna fold out here magically. It slides in under the Murphy bed. These are just our curtains because you know, insulation is a huge factor in living in a van or a camper or anything like that.
Yeah, we always we had the power go out a lot when we lived in the camper in the winter, and it would be like 30 degrees in there. It's not cool.
And in the summertime too, like the cab gets to 125 degrees.
Yeah.
And you want to be able to seal that off. So for our AC to work, we have we rigged a window unit to work in here. Basically, there's some set of fans back there that bring ambient air in through the cab and then blow out exhaust through these louvers on the side, on both sides. But it needs to work well by having the curtains
Yeah, you can keep all the air in there.
magnetize out real quick.
Oh, sweet.
And we did a double layer of insulate. Yeah, insulation.
Yeah.
Blacked out on one side, just like
The
fabric
AC
on
is
the
just connected to our battery bank,
Yeah.
and
So
you know,
door's missing right here because we're working on some stuff, but
Does the engine power the battery, or
so
Or you
we
just charge
have
it every so
3 ways
often?
of charging. We have it hooked up to the alternator of the car battery through our DC to DC charger to charge it. That's probably the most efficient way
yeah.
when the car's running.
You drive for like 45 minutes and your batteries are charged up, and
Yeah.
we have 400 amp hours of lithium ion.
Yeah.
So,
how long does that last?
We've never
I
been.
don't know. We've never been down to zero.
Never
Yeah.
been down to zero. Never
We've-
been.
We go down to half and it goes back up, basically.
And we run Instapot, blender,
Toaster,
toaster,
kettle.
AC. The
Yeah,
AC is
sweet.
the biggest draw. We
Yeah.
do. It takes like 50 amps an hour to run.
2 vents up in the
Yeah.
ceiling, and we got some fans over here, so it creates. You know, when you turn that one on, then air pulls in here and goes out there.
Mhm.
So it's this nice flow. But yeah, this is our kind of living room. This is our kitchen zone. And it was important to us to have a huge
Oh yeah, I got it.
workstation. All this is,
Yeah.
you know, storage.
We can actually have like really deep cabinets
Yeah.
in there.
The toaster, blender,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's all. This is our.
Yeah. This is our fridge.
It runs on 12 volt, so it's super efficient. Is, you know, meant for being on the road.
Stuff drawer.
Dang.
This is our stove.
Cooktop. Yep.
Smart. It's by the back door.
By the back door, so you can open it for ventilation right under the fan.
Yeah.
Sink. You know, pumps on a switch if you ever wanted to turn it off. We have about 30 gallons of fresh water between 2 tanks that we've sistered, invented. So they fill the same and stay the same level.
And our whole water system, our showers and our sink and our outdoor spray for the dog is hot and cold. So we're on
Right.
cold water, or you have the propane on, the instant hot water
Mm-hmm.
turns on. In 15 seconds you have hot water.
Right.
And then underneath our whole kitchen space here is kind of the garage.
Yeah.
And it stores all of our Ryobi tools and camp chairs and, you know.
There's a
just-
fold-out table and stuff.
This is where the canoes go and the bicycles go, but we don't have,
Whoa.
are all controllable from 2 sets of switches. So you can turn them off there or turn them off here. And
Yeah. And the fan as well, which I've just rigged as 4 computer fans that are pretty quiet and move a lot of air
Yeah.
compared to like, I don't know, those like expensive fantastic fans or whatever.
Yeah. And then we have 400 watts of solar
Up
on
top.
top.
Yeah.
Oh,
You could
nice.
probably just, you know, right?
Like gate latches.
That is the cool part here. Just kind of comes down and becomes queen size
That's
queen
so
size
cool.
bed. And it's been amazing because when you're in bed, you're asleep, and when you're not, you just,
Yeah.
you know.
Dude, this is sweet. You guys put a lot of thought into it.
Here's like Mike's closet,
Put it away.
and then my closet is this big door. And then our future composting toilet will slide out of there. Insulated the whole thing with Havelock wool, so it's sheep's wool from Sweden.
Wow.
As a more eco way of heavy insulating without all the toxic chemicals. All of the plywood is formaldehyde free glue, so it's like natural resins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should do a full van tour when it's all finished.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
In between, you want them stacked.
Yeah.
Like
By the
that.
wheelbarrow? Yeah. Have you guys driven it like everywhere?
So far, that's
Just kind of on the east.
Bro, it's cooking, bro.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Here, I'll switch it up if you want me to. I hope you guys like Mike and Sarah's van tour. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, we got so much done today. Like
Yeah.
a lot of big projects,
Mhm.
like moving the chickens, getting half that tunnel up, getting shade tarp on the nursery. We tarped some beds, transplanted 2 beds.
Yeah, big help. And they want to, did they talk about their farm project?
Mm-mm.
Okay. They're going to be starting a farm project in Lenore. It's just like up near the mountains from here. And yeah, that's cool. We told them to YouTube it, so we'll see if they do.
I hope they do.
Yeah, plus their van, their setup is so thought out. I think the bees swarm today, so there's a spot in this maple right here. There's also like 3 chicken eggs right there. I don't know, who knows how much decay is actually in that tree, so maybe leave them and see if they can survive on their own and then get a swarm from it next year. This is the spot we moved the chickens to this morning. They were up here, and this is our neighbor's land, and then we're going to take them up this way. It's going to be really hot here now, so they have afternoon shade up there. And then the meat birds are over here, and it's going to be 90 this weekend, and they don't handle the heat very well because they're Cornish cross and they're weak and whatever. So they're going to come over here this way and be in this shaded area. Got them eggs looking George.
Good. Of course, there's an egg stash right in the middle of this tree. So I'm making Casey put his veil on and get it for me.
It's not, don't really mind getting stung. I just don't want to get stung in the face. So, got the bee suit on. I think they were late today.
Yeah, they were. Thanks, babe.
this was a big harvest day, and sorry I didn't record anything. We kind of got in a groove. The most we've ever harvested in a week, and we're still not done with work, so definitely gonna be like a 13-14 hour day maybe. And I wanted to show you guys this here. I've talked about this before. It's super clear to see right now. So it's been like mid to high 80s after all the rain. So I seeded arugula here and then a heat tolerant spinach here that when it germinates I'm going to cover with shade cloth. And but the arugula germinated, just so you can see. All right. See that? Yeah. So now the next step is, now that we're out of the heat of the day, I'm not worried about like those getting sun scald or it drying out super fast. Everything else in here can handle a evening watering right now. Right this time of year it's kind of a pain for fungal issues. So take this off and turn the irrigation on. That way these roots can get established. It'll be cooler for the plants to work their way and get settled and ready for tomorrow overnight. And cover it with insect netting. So that's the bed there, and the water will get through there. And this insect net also acts as somewhat of a shade cloth. It'll take away some of the intensity of the sunlight. And the summer sun goes here, so in the afternoon this tunnel should help shade that bed, and hopefully the arugula will do just fine. I guess I didn't really explain the reasoning for the insect netting. So this bed had it too. This was radishes, and the little holes in the leaf here is what the insect netting's trying to keep out. They're trying to keep out flea beetles. That's that guy there. This bed was left open after harvest, so you know they're in here anyways. There's a little damage. It's just kind of the reality of it. If the wind blows or if anything ever gets stuck open, they'll find their way in. You may not have issues with these guys, but we do. You know, at any time we probably have like 5 or 6 beds of crucifers is the family that they like, so they're here and they're bad. And the only other option is to spray pyganic really to kill them, and we don't want to do that, so get the insect net. It's from Johnny's and it's expensive, but it works. Alright, harvest day stuff. The sun golds, that's full of squash, and this is cucumbers. And we're actually going to build a cool room in the basement for the warm season stuff, because it ain't working out here. It's too hot. So we got this AC unit for free back when we were doing homestead stuff, and we haven't used it yet, but we're gonna make a little room, put it in the window, and turn it on, keep it like 65. For the other stuff we got quite a bit. So all this here and over here. And this is the honey hog stuff, so salad and cabbage, and gotta get their onions tomorrow morning still. Yeah, this was a lot to wash, and yeah, we just, you know, find the rhythm and do it. Okay, just went out and harvested these onions for the honey hog onion rings. Got some slicers here, and yeah, it's gonna be a really busy day today.
So Casey just left for deliveries, and there's still a lot left to do today before farm pickups and the market tomorrow. I still have to harvest the rest of the tomatoes, wipe them down, wipe down these slicers, harvest cucumbers, squash, peppers. I bagged lettuce earlier, still have to wash arugula and bag that, harvest the microgreens, pack pre-orders, get stuff ready for tomorrow, and so the list never ends. But I'm actually really grateful that Janie and Leela came out here yesterday, because they helped get a lot done as far as like harvesting the squash and cucumbers and tomatoes. But it's that time of season where you just need to go through every day and get that kind of stuff, so that's just the way it is. And also, it's like the universe is speaking to me and trying to bring back the fanny pack because Teespring, where you can sell your merchandise through YouTube, they came out with fanny packs. So I made a Honey Tree Farm one, and you should be able to find it on our Teespring site below the video, I guess, in the little carousel thing, or click on the store or whatever. But they're trying to bring the fanny pack back too, so it's so exciting.
Really nice farm pickup today, and now just coming out getting a couple more onions from the market, and Tori's in the cooler organizing stuff. Patty's out transplanting some head lettuce. Nah, she's doing nothing like always.
Hey!
How is it?
Good. Pretty much done. You have 8 coolers. I have
8 coolers? I might not be able to fit everything in my truck. Can anything be... Are the onions in there?
no. Well, I was gonna ask you.
The badges?
Yeah. But you don't want to fill a cooler too full because then it's gonna be heavy.
Man, I'll lift that. I don't care. We can't put the
Well,
onions in the cabin
for
so it's dirty.
the handles will break.
Nah.
Oh
There's
no.
There's
They
no
won't?
broken handles here. Tori made these awesome onion braids.
They're pretty glorious. I'm very proud of them.
Okay, just was editing and realized I forgot to do the tree of the week. Go figure. This is a summer solstice week, so you do a lot of work. Like we had a record sales week and everything, but that's exactly what you expect peak season. So it's cool, but it's also like selling turkeys at Thanksgiving, as my friend JD likes to say. Tree of the week. This is a white pine. So you can see this general soft look to it, and it has this bluish kind of tint to it. It's really fast growing. So they all come from the same spot here. Pull this out so you can see. And you can see here that there's 5 different needles in this one leaf, or whatever you'd like to call it. But so different pines will have 2 needles coming out. Some have 3. White pines have 5. And you also have, you can see in there, you'll have a smoother bark. This tree is really common north of here. In this area they don't last as long, and it's probably heat stress, drought stress, call it white pine decline here. This is just the edge of where they can survive. This is a nice tree. It's one of the first trees I learned. And you can also take these needles. We do this in the winter. You can take the needles off the tree, you know, like a few handfuls, and put them in water and make like a tea, a white pine tea. It's supposed to be really good for your immune system, so we do that over the winter. Yeah, I mean, if you look at a pine tree and it has a super soft appearance, it's probably a white pine. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. I know it's a little longer, but yeah, long week, summer solstice, midsummer, so we got a lot of stuff to do, and yeah, we'll be back at it tomorrow morning.